Hey, y'all, welcome back. It is another special episode of the Late Night Vision Show. And if you may not be watching this on the day that it's released, but if you are, today is Tuesday. It is the very first day of SHOT Show. And I will admit that right now, good Lord willing, Hans and I and our guest here, Ryan, are all in Las Vegas. We're not sitting around in hoodies and hunting clothes
Yeah.
doing nothing. We're actually hopefully in Las Vegas right now, but we are recording this a few days before SHOT Show 2025 in sunny Las Vegas. I want to bring in Hans, my co-host, as always. Hans, welcome back to another special episode.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you're watching this right now, the first, when it right comes out, we're probably walking around the show unless, like Jason said, one of us didn't make it. If that's the case, Jason, take my wife and just if I'm, leaving in the hospital, where I'm at, just take my wife though. That's all she cares about is being able to go to Vegas. It's the highlight of her year. We it is a busy time, Jason. We've got a lot of things that we're working through, and it's always good to have manufacturer representation on the show to be able to provide the newest information of what coming out. And we are happy to, I'll let you introduce him, but we are happy to have
All
someone
right.
on the show for the very first time.
Yeah, so we have got Ryan Rogers. He is a senior sales manager over at RIX Optics. And Ryan, welcome to the Late Night Vision Show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. First late night vision show
Awesome.
for
Very
me, man.
good.
We
Oh,
told,
good. All right.
yeah, we told him to lie and act like he liked the show or he was excited about being on the show. So
So,
we are excited about having
I
him.
watch y'all show all the time. Trust me. I get some good info from y'all.
Well,
yeah,
good.
it's info. I don't know if it's good, but it is info.
Exactly. Well, so we it has been basically about a year since we really started uh you know hearing a lot about the RIX brand, although RIX is not limited to just a year old. Really, the firestorm got started on Facebook where it just blew up talking about RIX scopes, and that's when you really know how good a product is. That's not the ultimate definition. Oh, it got popular on Facebook. But when you start seeing end users use a scope, get excited about it, and then go share that information on social media, you know that you really need to start paying attention to that brand. And although uh, Jason and I and Outdoor Legacy, we aren't always the first to pick up a brand. That's strategic. We definitely had our eye on it for a long time. And talk to us a little bit about the culmination of the last 12 months, because what we have here 12 months ago, December 2023, when we were doing our best of shows, RIX was not in any of those. And fast forward to December 2024, where one of your scopes wins the best scope of the year for the RIX Storm S6 and a lot of other scopes in contention. So from I don't want to say not anybody hearing of RIX, that's not the case, but really exploding with popularity in a very short amount of time in this industry. Tell us a little bit about the last 12 months and how it's been for you. I can imagine how it's been, but why don't you tell
Yeah.
us?
So I mean, it's been exciting and like y'all said, y'all didn't have any videos of us in December. Kind of, we were kind of breaking out of that market and it was a good thing to get some kind of backlash, I think, on social media. There's a lot of people arguing about who Rix was, where we're going, what we're doing. They ain't gonna make it past this season.
Yeah.
And we kind of took that stuff back to the team and we got a pretty good team here at Rix where we do have the luxury to kind of share information with everybody freely
Mhm.
and pick up on what people are saying. Like, hey, this is what they're saying, this is where we're going, it's what we should do, probably what we shouldn't do. And so it kind of, RICS, it stands for redefine, innovate, and experience. And so what RICS wanted to accomplish was how do we bring an affordable optic to the market, but also have the quality of the higher expensive optics out there.
Mhm.
And I mean, with the Leap series, that's kind of what we did. It
Yeah.
kind of had, There's a lot of talk between optical zoom, optical magnification, ocular zoom with the Leap series. Like we didn't know what to
Yeah,
call it.
right.
And in the manuals and everything, I was like, hey, I don't know if we should call this optical zoom. We should probably add in magnification behind that because you're
Mhm.
optically magnifying the screen to what your
Right.
eye is seeing. I didn't know what to call it. So I think some of that talk kind of exploded the name and it kind of
Mhm.
made people, well, what is that? What is
Yeah.
this RIX? What is the Leap series? What is it? We'll see how it does, and from having a good quality optic that worked in terrible
Mhm.
conditions, your high humidity, your rain, snow,
Mhm.
that's 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 the thermal hunting season is bad weather.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Right.
and I think that's where people started to see that we might actually have a decent footprint that we can make in the thermal world.
So
And I know,
Well,
oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, sorry. And we're on Zoom, y'all. So the listeners, sometimes we kind of talk over, but it's the delay in the Zoom. So the Leap series, Jason, I'll let you jump in here real quick. But the Leap series is really, I would say, is what catapulted the brand onto the national stage, if you want to call it that, with the Leap L3, the Leap 6. Not only the fact that the prices were very good. I mean, the Leap 3 coming in at, 22.99, the Leap 6 at 37.99. But you talked about the optical magnification, the ocular magnification. And we even talked about it on the show and we discussed it. And what we um, came up with and what we've talked about it even since then is what a great tool it is. What a great design that magnification is, because it is, whether it's optical or ocular, it's still an improvement over digital magnification. And we talked about, hey, we hope that more brands pick this up. And it looks like that, there has been. So it is a great design. The Leap L3 and L6, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, I think one of the first tube style scopes to take a fully removable, rechargeable 18650 battery.
still
So
the only one that I know. I
yeah,
mean, that
just
uses nothing but that.
so
Yeah.
it wasn't just, obviously the quality of the image and the videos that came out were really great, but you did do some innovation there that some of these other companies had to sit back and say, that's a good idea. We need to look into that. So it's a combination of groundswell support and a good product. And Jason, I'll let you, you're going to touch on some other things as far as the RIX brand itself and the company. But there is some things going on there that you really kind of got in there and said, hey, this is our defining mark. And that's where the Leap 3, the Leap 6, the Storm series has been a really, really just good launch into the market.
Yeah. So the only other thing that I was going to say is that, when RIX came out and hit the market, the 5 year warranties were really something new. Not everybody was at 5 years now. Now
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of an industry standard. It was not at the time. It was still, we could see that that's where the tide was going, but we
Mm-hmm.
were excited to see that RIX came out kind of early on, like, hey, we're going to have this 5 year warranty. We're going to have a quick turnaround time, good customer service. That's something that we've been very happy with what we've seen over the last year of working with RIX is the customer service. Because there's a lot of guys, you get down to buying a scope, and Hans, you know this, Ryan, a guy's trying to make a decision, and it's like, I like this one, I like that
Yeah.
one, and they're about the same, and I don't know. And a lot of guys ask, how's the customer service? And that's a
Yeah.
that's a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
And so when we can say, oh man, that these guys are going to take good care of you, that really helps a lot. Another thing
Mm-hmm.
that y'all have done, which is really a big thing for us. And again, I'm going to say all this now, and it may change. We're here today to talk about launching new products, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I appreciate the concise lineup of scopes that RIX has, and you have not flooded the market with model after model after model that just gets so confusing. And we may be back here in a year or two, and we don't bring this up because you may, but what you've done right now has been, oh, you want a 384, with a 30 millimeter tube? Here it is. You want a
Mhm.
640 power 30 mil? You everything fits in its place. And I know for Hans and I, and we preach this to the other manufacturers, it is impressive if you've got a few really, really good scopes. If you've got to throw 25 darts at the dartboard and hope something sticks, it's really not good for the consumer. It causes confusion. The dealers don't like it. We got to stock so much stuff. So we've been really happy with what y'all done. There's so many good things, all this innovation, the 18650s. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Ryan, but I mean, I think every optic that y'all have, from the helmet mounted monoculars, handheld, thermal rifle scopes, everything takes a fully removable 18650. Isn't that right?
That's right. That was one of the things that we talked about, and we kind of want to look at RIX from the hunter's perspective. What's easiest? And there one of the big complaints was proprietary batteries and having batteries that only worked with that specific unit. And you need to have that battery.
Mhm.
What if you forgot your batteries at home? I mean, we can run to any vape store around town and pick up 18650,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you're off hunting, throw a couple in your pocket and you're good for a couple nights.
And there
Yeah.
is not a shortage of vape stores.
Right.
We're in a
That's
town
where I
of
go.
like,
That's where I tell people to go. Those dudes know their batteries. Trust me.
well,
Yeah.
we're in a town of like 2,000 people and we have like three of them. I'm like, how is this even?
I know. All right, Ryan. People did not come here to just see three good-looking guys, sitting here talking about thermal scopes. They
I hope my
they
wife is
came to hear.
watching. Hey, Kristen.
Yeah, they came to hear about what is new, and that is the excitement of SHOT Show. Is SHOT
Yes.
Show is that is the Super Bowl for the hunting industry. It is where most of the new stuff gets announced, and that's
Mhm.
why there is so much excitement around it. So that's why we do these shows, because we know that. And we were kind of joking amongst the three of us before we started recording the show. There's so much misinformation,
Mhm.
and there's rumors flying. We're recording this now, and I mean, I had guys on the phone 24 hours ago telling me about the new RIX scopes that are coming in this, and I know about them. Like, really, you do? But and they're all wrong. And so we've got Ryan here. He's going to tell us about what's coming from RIX, what's new, and the straight up facts. So Ryan, tell us, what are y'all introducing today at SHOT
Here
Show?
we go. So what we got that we're introducing at SHOT Show is the DBH, one of our new top of the line units that we're gonna have. That is what we're introducing. Starting at the front, it has a 60 millimeter lens, metal lens cover, not
Mhm.
plastic, anything that's gonna break. So this
Mhm.
hopefully, you know, that's good. It's got the dual focus knobs right up
Mhm.
here on the front for ambidextrous, left, right-handed. This is where it focus. One of the big features is this LRF. Um, this LRF, when we've tested it and we put it up against a lot of different other units, when others aren't ranging, this one is still ranging out past 1,000 yards.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's good.
So we're real excited
That's
about that. You know, we put a lot of talk and a lot of thought, and we had a lot of backlash about this LRF specifically, but they ended up going with the better one, the more expensive one,
Mhm.
the nicer one. So we're glad that Rick's team decided to do that.
Yeah.
Um, Inside the screen here, it's the 2560 by 2560 round display. Um, you know, it can be paired with a Kestrel, and so that's for the
Mhm.
anemometer.
Mhm.
Do y'all know how to even say that word?
I don't.
It's
Sounds
the
good.
it's
We'll
the
go with
No.
an
that.
the anemometer, which is you're going to be able to incorporate that into your ballistics. It's basically the wind calculator.
Mhm.
Right.
Um, We've had this tested out to 1,000, over 1,000 yards, and I don't know if y'all know Dustin Williams, but go look him up. Go look at his Facebook. He's one of our sales reps, but he's kind of a mastermind behind this unit himself. He you know, kills several hundred coyotes every year. 500 of them last year. This is kind of that's where this has come from. I mean,
Yeah.
this is made and designed for long distance coyote killing machine is what
Mhm.
this thing is for.
Mhm.
I know everybody likes the 18650s, and that's what I was going to touch on the size of this thing. But this runs on dual 18650s right up here,
Mhm.
and people want to talk about size about it. But if we remove the LRF and the dual 18650s, it's kind of the standard,
Mhm.
brick style scope.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, But with what this unit does, we thought it'd be a great idea to put the dual 18650. You
Mhm.
can run them either direction. You can put them button top down, button up. It's still going to
Nice.
work. So it's dark outside. You need to swap batteries. You could probably do it with your eyes closed.
Mhm.
Um,
You
Nice.
you can put the wait. Hold on, we got to stop. Sorry, I did not know this. I have seen that unit, but I did not know this. You can run the batteries in any direction.
in any direction. So if you want to put the nipple tops down, it'll run. You point
Wow,
them backwards at you,
That's cool.
it'll still run.
That's
that is amazing. I've never heard of that, but that's probably why when I had that unit and I was demoing it, I got the batteries in right the first time because I couldn't screw it up because
Yeah,
I'm
you
always
can't
like,
mess it
there's
up.
a 50-50
nice.
chance and I always choose the wrong 50-50. So
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So, and I don't know if you mentioned it, you might have. I know you're in a lot of specs, but it is a 640 sensor,
It is a
correct?
640 sensor, yes.
Yeah,
640, 60 millimeter lens.
got it.
Magnification on it.
Base mag is 3 times and it goes up to 18 power incrementally.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
got
Good
it.
18 power. Nice. Yeah, we can't you're not going to guarantee that somebody's going to shoot 500 coyotes with it, but I have seen some really good videos out of it. The picture quality looks phenomenal. Jason, thanks to y'all, we got a chance to kind of pre-screen it and look at it, and
Yeah,
we will uh we're showing video in this video, but we will have Jason and I will have a full review of this optic coming up soon, hopefully, once we get a chance to get back in Texas and compile some more video with it. But that is the impressive
So
about the laser rangefinder, though. Yeah.
I do have one question, and I this is a loaded question because before we started, you kind of told me like, we don't know. We're recording this a few days before shot, and a lot of people don't understand this that uh, and we've learned this through this industry over the years. There's a lot of things that come down to the wire at SHOT Show. Like
right.
there's decisions being made. We have seen this on Monday night at midnight, and the SHOT Show starts at 8 a.m. on
Mhm.
Tuesday. And it's like there are decisions being made. So I know y'all are still kind of working on the pricing and trying to nail down exactly where you're going to be of the recording of this, but give us a price range or what's it going to be under? Give us some idea so listeners kind of know.
Right. So the price is going to be around 5,800. Let's just say
Okay.
that,
Give or take.
give or
There we
take.
go. All right. Well, that sounds good. And real quick there, that unit did come with a mount, correct? I think I saw
It
a
does
mount there
come
on the
with
bottom.
the
Yep.
Mhm.
QD
Yep.
mount.
That's it. All right. I couldn't remember when we had it. What did it? Yep. QD
That's
mount
it.
there on the bottom of it. That's always nice. People like that. One less thing to buy there when they're getting it. Okay. So, uh, I'm excited. That's really excited to get that thing back in our hands. Like I said, we had it for a little bit. I got to test it. I sent it to Hans. He got
Yeah.
to test it, and we're ready to get it. And hopefully, after SHOT Show, we'll be back out in the field with that unit.
Yeah.
Now, y'all
I had
I
it,
want to
and
touch
Jason
on
was
this.
like, "You got to hurry up and send it back." Or Ryan's like, "You got to hurry up and send it back." So we will get some more time with it. Yeah.
I was just going to add a couple little things because I know that, did y'all know that this will be the first one to have this down gain green laser
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
that
That's
actually
awesome.
So it'll put a reticle inside the scope where that green laser is. So you shoot your
Okay.
coyote in the tall grass. Um,
Wow.
you'll be able to help locate that a little bit easier.
I did not.
But I
I did
believe
not know
that's the
that was in
first
there.
one integrated like that with a reticle that actually pops
That's
up into your
Mm,
display.
very cool.
that is cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was in there. See, there's always something, guys. Listen, Ryan, we are glad to have you on the show. We're excited to see this new optic, and I know there'll be more stuff coming from RIX. Let's not too many. Let's just keep them where they need
Yeah.
to be. You know, like we've already congratulated you on not having a flood of stuff,
Yeah,
but it's been exciting to see what y'all are doing. The Storm series, now this DBH. And DBH, I think, I don't know if you said it, it stands for Designed by Hunters, correct? So there's something
that's what the
behind that name.
DVH stands for, Designed by Hunters. I mean,
That's
it's
awesome.
the famous saying around here is it's got everything you want and nothing you don't.
Nice.
I like that.
I mean, it comes so I mean from the whole unit from the front to back, it's designed to help the hunter
Hmm.
all the way through. From
Sure.
from even this extended cap, it'll come with a shortened cap on the end for the
Mm,
guys that don't want to run the long
Mm,
extended eye cup,
wow.
and they're
nice.
threaded.
Okay.
That's
Everybody
cool.
complains about losing their eye cup while
Hmm.
they're out on a hunt. So I mean, it's small little details. It's hard to pick
Mhm.
out one thing that really sets this thing apart. Um, there's just so much stuff in this unit. The video playback, you can go back and watch your videos inside the scope. You can go look at the photos that you took. You can
Nice.
download them, delete them right there inside your optic.
That is
Awesome.
really cool. Hey, I do have one more quick question. What is the realistic timeline ETA? When can consumers expect to see these on dealers' shelves?
We are expecting to have a limited amount. I'm going to say limited. I don't say anything exact. Y'all already know that. I'm very particular in my words, but we should have some on shelves this week. Starting today, you should be able to pick them up from several of our dealers. Go ahead and pre-order them if you need to, if that dealer is
Mhm.
out, because we're supposed to have another 300 of them very soon.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay.
Probably even the beginning of February.
Awesome. That sounds very good. Listen, Ryan, thank you so much for being on the show. We know that there's a lot of RIX fans in our audience who are going to be
Mhm.
watching this. There's a lot of folks who in our audience who may not, never seen a RIX scope, but this may be what kind of, brings them over to the
Mhm.
light and say, hey, maybe we
Yeah.
need to go check this scope out. So thank you so much for being on the show. Guys, listen,
Thanks for
we've
having me.
got, oh, absolutely. We've got more of these interviews coming up. So check them all out. We'll have all the manufacturers, the major brands right here talking about what's new for SHOT Show 2025. We will see y'all on the next one.